Okay, here we are for what is match number 2 of this league. Get to be on the play again, which is cool. And we're going to keep. This hand doesn't have a removal spell, but it's got Chittering Rats, a Phyrexian Rager, and an Unearth, which is certainly not bad. So we'll see how that goes. And we up against White Weenie? No, we're up against Soul Sisters of some kind. Or it could just be White Weenie. Um, White Weenie is an interesting matchup. I never thought to be particularly great. Because oh, it's a tokens deck. Okay, well, tokens is a bit different. Tokens we have pestilence, but um, I think game one against tokens, our matchup might not be as good. So here, I think since my hand is not great, and since I have a Gray Merchant, I think playing Chittering Rats to try and get a leg up on my opponent is probably my best option. They don't have much in the way of removal, I don't think. Here comes Scatter the Seeds on main phase. No, it was. What's the name of that card again? Where the hell is it? Sprouts Swarm. There you go. Couldn't find it. Okay, so they do have lands in their hand though. Um, Playing Oubliette on a Soul Warden does not make me very happy. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack for 2. I don't know why my opponent did that on main phase, to be honest with you. That I'm not really sure about. But I'm going to hit my opponent, play another Chittering Rats, and fortunately do that. And then I'm going to play this Baron Moor to try and make my land drops, of course. A big problem is my opponent's going to gain a ton of life. So drawing Pestilence quickly would be really great. But probably going to just kill this Soul Warden. Because racing 1 Soul Warden is maybe okay. Racing 2 is going to be a bit hairy. Well, Read the Bones isn't bad. I think I'd rather just read the bones, try to dig a bit deeper into my deck. Obviously, the Edict effects are not going to be very good, so we want both of these cards. So we're just going to keep both. We're going to play Kumbaj Witches, and then we're just going to pass the turn. And Kumbaj Witches is good there because now being able to pick off these two are going to be very good with this Oubliette. But with that Sprout Swarm, drawing Pestilence is really going to be, top priority. Although I can't control that, but 2 Colony Gardens. Okay. Well, it looks like my opponent kept a slow hand, which is an okay thing. The good thing about these plants is that they're not 1 power, so that's a good thing. 2 Gray Merchants, so that's good. So let's go ahead and pick this off now. I think that's probably my best option. Well, my opponent had God's Willing, which is bit of a annoyance. Okay. I could Phyrexian Rager to try to hit the land, but I don't think that's very good. I'm just going to play Oubliette here and pick off the other one. And then, looks like my opponent's going to cast Sprout Swarm in response. Yep. Gain a couple life. I'm wondering if I should just cycle Unearth now to try and hit my land drop, but I don't think I need to. I think I can just do it at the end of turn and hold up some, and bluff some removal, so to speak. My opponent has another Soul Warden. Man, the Soul Warden beats, they just keep on coming. Celestine of Angel. Alright, well, that's not as annoying. Again, I can take my opponent down from a lot, theoretically. It just, depends on how long it takes. Alright, another Sprout Swarm. Gonna go ahead and do that. Yep, they're gonna pick up the Colony Garden. And I'm going to cycle this Unearth. My creatures are not dying. I'm not going to win this game by just attacking every turn, because they just get to block for free, or just take whatever damage. So I think cycling this is probably going to be a bit better. Oh, we would have drawn the swamp, which is cute. So I could have kept that on Earth, which is unfortunate. Tendrils of Corruption. Okay, so let's pick off this Soul Warden now. So the cards in their hand are land and Colony Garden and Sprout Swarm. So we're not in totally bad shape. And I'm gonna Tendrils this Celestium Angel now. Just to get oh, it's too much. Gain some life, get it off the board. We're in for a bit of a grind here, not gonna lie. The cool thing is I can hit my opponent for 20 over the course of 2 turns. No, 22 over the course of 2 turns. What the heck is... Oh, okay, sure. So now I can't pick off the Soul Warden, so now it's going to be even more annoying. Oh, man, I need Pestilence, and I need it bad. So unfortunately, there's only one in the deck. So, oh, well, alright. I guess we can just do this now. 1, 2, 3, 4. The bad thing is, Chainer's Edict is basically a dead draw against this deck, which is heavily unfortunate. And I can't even F6. I have to actually let this resolve every time. Alright, go ahead and pick this off. Doing it now because, you know, doing it in my opponent's upkeep gives him more mana. I'm at 25, so blocking isn't really going to be that big of a deal. And, yeah, we're in for a long game 1, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. Alright, so my opponent drew a land. I think I'm just going to play both these Phyrexian Ragers, try to dig a bit deeper into my deck. Hopefully hit Pestilence at some point. See how that goes. We just hit 2 lands. Alright. So we can attack now, but my opponent can make so many tokens it just doesn't matter. So it's really just a race to, you know, who can draw their big payoff spell first. So right now my Great Merchants are worth 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 12 plus 14, that's 26. So that's a little bit more than half my opponent's life at the moment. And that'll give me so much life that I should be somewhat in the clear. So theoretically, I could just keep going Great Merchants all day. Either way, it's really going to be a race to who draws what they need first. Is basically going to be what this is about, of course. The good thing is with this Combage Witch is when my opponent draws like a Sigil Blessing, I think is the name of the card, or you know, whatever card pumps this and then everything else that shares a color with it or a creature type, I can just pick off the thing that they try to do it to. So at least I'll be in that good respect, and I can start hitting my opponent for 1 every turn, while they can also hit me. So we can actually trade blow for blow here with my Combage Witches. Alright, I'll go ahead and cycle this. Pestilence? Oh, that's not bad either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have just enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I have just enough. Gain, I believe, 13 life. My opponent loses 13. Yep. Next turn, I can make them lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then the next one would be 17. So that would be... well, I theoretically almost have my opponent dead. Which is fun. So that's cute. We're going to be here a while. The other thing is I'm also racing the Sprout Swarm, because, of course, my opponent has 20 tokens now. You know, how many more tokens will they get? This is one reason I wish I had Duress in my main deck, but, you know, it really can't be fit in the main deck. Of course, I would have to draw at this game as well, but, you know. Oh, my opponent's going in. Really? My opponent must have drawn a pump spell, I'm guessing? I'm a little surprised my opponent's going in. I guess my opponent just... No, he rethought it. Okay. I guess my opponent thought that, like, alright, kind of have to grind it a bit. I'm going to just poke my opponent again. I'm not really doing the math in my head all that much about, you know, if those little intricacy points matter. Okay, well that sucks. That's unfortunate. So, almost another Gray Merchant, and we win the game. Almost another Gray Merchant. I need to poke my opponent 3 times, and then the other Gray Merchant wins, so that'd be pretty cool. So my opponent now has 28 tokens, so I think in 2 turns I actually die. My opponent's drawn a lot of land, which is good for me, of course. Oop. I have 6, and I forgot to poke my opponent. Oh well. Oh, well, we drew another swamp anyway. Alright. I think we do die here, and not next turn, but the turn after. Maybe the turn after that. So, gonna need to draw Pestilence or, you know, run or something. Like, maybe, like, Sign in Blood, I think, into Gray Merchant plus this, or one of these wins the game. Obviously, drawing 2 Gray Merchants wins the game, so not that turn, but I think if we draw another Gray Merchant, it buys us another turn or 2. And then we can maybe get somewhere. I'm not sure. So now my opponent has 38 tokens. I have 8 blockers. So that's 30 damage. And I can pick off one. So I do die next turn. Which is quite unfortunate. So we're going to have to draw something. Oh, my opponent's just going in. Interesting. Oh, they're leaving back 8 blockers. Okay. Yeah. I think we die next turn no matter what, so, you know, not much we can do about that. My opponent's leaving back some amount of blockers. Oh, right. Plants are over here. Okay. So just block, 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 block. Block them all. Man, what I would give for like a... Well, no, I guess Corrupt wouldn't do it. I didn't poke a creature because I think my only chance is to poke him. Sure. That doesn't do anything. Just creates another attacker. I can't do it now, though. So I guess I should have poked. Oh, well, Sign in Blood, alright. Into an Unearth, and a card that doesn't do anything. Cycle? Okay, cycle. Pestilence! Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. We got a Pestilence. We got a Pestilence. Now things become a bit complicated. My opponent's probably like, really? He plays main deck Pestilence? So I think I want to do it on my opponent's upkeep. Yeah, I think that's when I want to do it. I want to do it on my opponent's upkeep. And the reason for that is doing it now, he can just make some tokens and I can't kill him. Kind of funny how now they stack that I played the Pestilence. And if I do it on my opponent's upkeep, all the tokens that he makes he can't attack with, so. If he draws Midnight Gone, it's not going to matter because I have Pestilence. So, well, I guess Midnight Gone is going to be annoying. Alright, we'll do it now since he's just doing it all. So we'll just do it now. Poke. Hopefully my opponent doesn't draw Midnight Gone, because then things become a lot more complicated. Okay. Man, that was lucky that he drew that the turn after. Holy mother. Oh, God. Do I want to poke anything? I guess I want to poke him to put him at 18. I guess that just is better than nothing. Man, that Pestilence. Down to the last hope. Had to cycle hard for that one. Use every bit of mana. Alright. So what we'll do here is we'll go Chainer's Edict. he will use the Sprout Swarm in response. Yep, he untaps. And then we'll just do this for 1 to kill the token, so he has to sack something. Oh, right. It's a 1/2. So I guess I can just pick it off. I could pick off this guy. Actually, that's even better. So he'll pick off one of my 2/2s. That's perfectly fine. He should pick off the Chittering Rat since it has 2 black symbols and not 1. But, yeah. Yep, he's picking off the Chittering Rats. I think my opponent's dead. No, they're going to make another token. I think my opponent's still dead. Yep. So he's going to lose both of those tokens. Loses that token. And then 1, and then 4, 9. Let's see. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then I'll only have 1 left. Alright, well, still I'd rather just make my opponent have nothing. And then we can get in with everything. I mean, from a green-white deck, I don't think my opponent's going to have anything with haste. Yeah, alright. So that worked out. This, you can pick a creature, right? Yeah. So, man, that was a grind. So you come in. You guys are not good, so you come out. I'm going to bring in 2 Duress and a Distress. The reason why is the Distress, deals with their creatures that they have in hand, excuse me. And I think everything else is fine. I mean, Unearth is not... I guess Unearth is not really the best. I don't think Corrupt does anything really, but I think Tendrils might be good. Because Tendrils actually deals with, like, his... whatever that thing is that untaps and the 2/2 guy that pumps all of his dudes in the butt. Corrupt is interesting, but I don't think that's going to matter. The other thing that Duress does is it takes away any Gleeful Sabotage or Naturalize effects. I mean, I could bring in 4, but that just seems so not good. On the draw, on the play, bringing in like 3 with the Distress seems a bit better because I can be a bit more aggressive. The problem with Unearth on the play, this is a good hand. We're gonna keep. Is the problem with Unearth on the play is that your creatures aren't really dying, but on the draw where you kind of want to dig a bit more, you can really afford to make it a Duress instead to try and get a leg up on your opponent. Because, I mean, obviously without that Sprout Swarm or even like the God's Willing, my opponent would not have been in as good of shape as they were. Clearly, the Pestilence is what won the game, but, you know. Alright. Decided to disfigure that guy because I just wanted to keep him off the board. Alright. It's pretty good cards. Pretty good cards. So, probably not Duressing anytime soon, though. I think I'm just, now I'm just going to go Oubliette on this dude. That's what I'm going to do now. And, wow, 2 Duress. Alright, that's actually not bad. So we'll just go Oubliette now. So for those of you who don't understand what Oubliette is, it literally is Journey to Nowhere. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, that's a problem. Interesting. It basically is Journey to Nowhere. That's literally what it is. It just costs 3 mana. Oh, 2 Sprout Swarm. Okay. I think I'd rather just draw a card here rather than that. Actually, you know what the funny thing is? So he's attacking. I obviously have to take 2. So you know what I just noticed? This plus Pestilence is actually really good because you can't kill this. So this is going to stay in play forever. I'm sure most of you are probably screaming at the screen right now like, man, Arctic, how did you not notice that, you dummy? Well, I just did, so, So now he's going to make a token. I'm going to Tendrils this so that, I can deal with it. Oh, there's Presence of Gond. So maybe I won't do that now. Yeah, I think I'll just wait just in case he for some reason plays. Oh, actually, he'll probably play it on like this, but I don't really think that's going to do anything. Yeah, sure. So he can make tokens every turn now, which is good because I'm not going to take 2 this turn. Sorry about that. And I can do this. I think gaining 5 life here is fine. Okay. Not really sure what that does. He drew another Sprout Swarm? Jeez. 3 Sprout Swarms. My gosh. Alright. Let's go ahead and play Pestilence. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just get that on the board. Do this for 1. And attack him for 2. So I should theoretically win this game because I can poke him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And especially if he's attacking now and I can just Pestilence. Well, I can't Pestilence that. That's unfortunate. Alright, I'm going to cycle this. I don't need it. Sign in Blood, sure. Okay, do it again. So it looks like, okay, well, things just got a bit better. So we're going to say go. Because I'd rather block and Pestilence. And that's going to gain us a bunch of life and hopefully maybe sure up the game. Alright, going to block. Do it at the end of turn in case he plays some other stuff. Sorry about the noise you may have heard. I have my windows open because it's actually kind of a nice day outside. So he didn't. He played a land. So I'm gonna wait till end of turn here, and then I'll cast Pestilence. I'll use Pestilence. I don't think I want to use it twice. I think I just want to save it. Oh, it's Shittering Rats. That's actually really good. Drawing pretty well here. So we're gonna be able to drain my opponent for 8. They're not gonna use Sprout Swarm. No, they'll use it now. Putting my opponent to 8, and then next turn we should win the game, depending... No, next turn, actually, I think I locked my opponent out of being able to win this game. That is the power of Pestilence, like I said, against the token deck. Oh, okay. He's actually just going to use it. Fair enough. My opponent wants to draw a different card. Go ahead and gain 8 life, put my opponent to 8, and then next turn we win just based on Pestilence alone. So that should be fun. My opponent drew a Midnight Guard. Alright. We drew Swamp, so just use this 8 times, I suppose. Let's hold control and see if this works. Yep, it does. Yep, my opponent saw it. Alright, so that was match number 2. As you saw, the power of the Pestilence against the token deck. Without it, I definitely don't think I would have won at all. So, I hope you enjoyed this match, and join me for the next match.